Normally, we're Nostradamus. We're Miss Cleo. But today, we were a bit off. Against all odds, and after saving copious amounts of money conveniently when Dr. Disrespect is no longer on the platform, Ninja has been given a big-ass bag to come back despite literally shitting all over Twitch for months. Publicly. Social media, Mixer platform, didn't matter. Just dummying Twitch for eons. And Twitch said, you know what? We could still use you despite the fact that you basically shit-talked us for that long. So here's an enormous amount of money. And I would love to know how much money it was. But it must have been a tidy fucking sum, because I suspect YouTube also offered as well. So, hot damn. I have not seen any figures. It only just happened. I'm sure we'll have rumored numbers floating around soon. I wouldn't expect that it's a small amount of money. It's a lot of money.
No.
What do you think? What do you think his re-up was at Twitch? We both assumed that it wouldn't be probably as much as the Mixer bag, but it would still be a hefty bag. What the fuck? Last pass, please.
My guess is he probably got paid anywhere between $10 and $20 million for 2 years. That's my guess. I could be totally off. I could be totally wrong about that. Like, it could be something astronomical, but I just don't, like, I feel as though Twitch's pressure to pay people an insane amount of money is not as high as it was when Mixer was here throwing around stuff. So I'm taking some of that into account. I would say 10 million is on the low end, but my guess is probably 10 million a year, probably 20 million bucks. But on the other side, I'm not really sure if 20 million would be enough, because I actually think, because Dr. Disrespect is doing so well on YouTube, like he's getting millions of views per stream. You know, I don't know what his sub count is, but it's, whenever I tune in, it's just a constant, you know, it's nonstop, right?
He's making money.
Millions.
Yeah.
So the way I looked at it, and the reason why I thought Ninja would go to YouTube, other than the fact that he publicly, you know, gave it to Twitch on many occasions, is the fact I actually think Ninja does better on YouTube.
Yeah, we both thought that. Yeah,
I think his viewership is higher. Now maybe not on those 2 little test streams that he did, because I do believe that's what he was doing when we said, like, he went on YouTube, tried it, went on Twitch, tried it, and he
Toes
just used
in the
that
water.
he just used those numbers as a bargaining, as a way to go at the table. Once the Ninja thing kind of peers down a little bit, and his average concurrent is probably, you know, in anywhere between, you know, 15,000 and 30,000 viewers, probably ultimately what he's probably going to have really high numbers for the first little while, but that novelty will wear off. I actually think he does better on YouTube in terms of a number standpoint. And the fact that his content is already there, he's already got the infrastructure. So my guess is either Twitch really backed up the Brinks truck and gave him a large amount of money, like way more than 20 million, or Ninja just wants to be with all of his friends. He wants to be on Twitch where he doesn't want to have to deal with listening to people bitch and complain that he's on YouTube or whatever. He just wants to go where it's easier to go. And perhaps, like before, Twitch, and I'm sure Twitch probably got some bigger incentives for Ninja on the back end than what YouTube would. So maybe there's value there for him, you know, getting Ninja to do $1 million New Year's Eve parties, or, you know, whatever. It could also be a sponsor related thing. It could be Red Bull and his other sponsors might go, hey, Ninja, there's more value to be part of Twitch. You know, we are already part of Twitch. We're willing to re-up your contract or pay you more if you go alongside with our other partners with Twitch. that also might play a factor. Even though the numbers might actually be bigger on YouTube, it might not be the place where his current sponsors would rather be. But I say that at the same time, he went to Mixer. So I'm not really sure that that is an argument. But then again, Mixer also paid him a large amount of money. So I don't know. My guess is, in my final thing, I'm just kind of talking through it because I haven't really.
Well, it just happened, so
it just happened, right?
Yeah.
So, but my guess is, if I had to guess, he's getting paid $10 million a year with some really nice back end stuff, and he just wants to be part of the in crowd. Or I'm totally off base, and the dude got like $30 million a year, like a $60 million deal, for a couple years, and that's it. Maybe it might even have been a, hey Ninja, we really fucked up the way we handled things when you decided to leave. Here's a few extra $1 million as our my bad, consolation. Come join us, and we'll make this deal real good for you. Could be that too.
Yeah, I think that most of what you said about you want to imagine that who he can play with when he's at Twitch versus who he can play with when he's at YouTube, which is basically Doc, Courage, and then there's a couple of other YouTubers who are legitimately large YouTubers that Doc has started to mess around with as well. But in terms of who he would know already and would want to be playing with, you would think that would factor in, but at the same time, the amount of money we're talking about right now is probably going to cover up most feelings of, who do I get to play fucking Fortnite with for my job? Yeah. It's true that he could stop working today, and his children, his grandchildren, and great-grandchildren wouldn't have to fucking work a day of their lives, and that's fine. But people don't normally just do that, especially at his age. It just doesn't fucking happen. They get bored, complacent, or they're not complacent, but they get bored and they want to do something, go stir crazy. I suspect it was a lot of money. Because I think that without a large upfront payment, YouTube in the same 2-year period makes more money than Twitch in the same 2-year period.
The only thing I can think of is if Twitch worked out a deal where he doesn't have to stream as much. So he can go and do his Hollywood shit, his acting and whatever. And they say, hey, we want to just lock you up. We're going to pay you a large amount of money. It's not going to be as big as the last Mixer deal, but you only have to stream 20 hours a week and not 40 hours a week or whatever type of deal they had before. So maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I'm going to assume both sides would have offered him that, because he's talking about wanting to do that shit. Yeah, that's...
it's a lot of money. Whatever it is,
it's a lot of money. I am still surprised that he's back. There is something to be said about the internet just forgetting and not giving a fuck about the fact that both Twitch and Ninja both said brutal things about each other, and Twitch, the way that Twitch handled his channel when he left was fucking terrible. Like, nothing, it was not a clean break. It was an ugly break. It was like that fucking movie with Adam Driver and was it Scarlett?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, whatever the fuck that was. It was basically like that scene. It wasn't clean. Everyone was screaming, everyone was crying. It was bad, it was ugly, and it was public. But people are going to forget about that shit, I guess, and or the average person is going to forget about it, and it's just not going to mean anything. All the people are going to know is whether or not he's on Twitch, and he's back on Twitch. So, but from ignoring all other factors, I think it's a safe bet to say that YouTube would have made more money on its own than Twitch. And so, just from that factor, not including any other factors, I have to assume that it's a relatively hefty buy-in for Twitch to get him onto the platform just based on that. But who knows? We probably will never know the real figures, but maybe we will. We found out eventually with Mixer.
Oh, we will.
And so, yeah, I would say it's closer to 30 mil than anything. I don't think it's north of that. I don't think if I gotta keep it 100, I don't think
I don't think it's
Ninja's
worth it.
brand is worth $30 million anymore. I think he
Yeah.
was worth it when he went to Mixer, and now it's not. And not necessarily just because he went to Mixer, but because just nothing has happened with him of any note for so long now that he's got to kind of like rework his way back up to that spot. People are welcoming him back to Twitch as like fucking Twitch daddy. He ain't Twitch's daddy. He's gonna like you said, he's gonna show up. I think the same thing. He's gonna do big numbers for a couple of days, and then it's gonna fucking peter out and just calm down. And he's not gonna be like knocking out massive numbers like he used to, I don't think. And if he does, it will probably be because it's on the back of a game other than Fortnite. I mean, look at Shroud. What's Shroud's averages right now?
I have no idea.
Because you know when he first came back again, did real well, but that was with a front page push and everything else. I mean, Shroud is obviously not limping around out there, not making any fucking money, but he's not pulling down like 70,000 viewers a fucking stream or some shit. And if he or Ninja went to YouTube, they're north of 100K every single day, all day. And so yeah, it's an interesting dynamic. I'd love to know what the amount is. Hopefully we do find out what the amount is. Either way, Ninja won. Nobody else won. Twitch didn't win. YouTube didn't necessarily lose because Ninja's content's still on YouTube. Ninja's the only real winner here. That's pretty much it, and good for him.